Jennifer, we mentioned Abercrombie thongs. Gee, this is like such an uncomfortable segment for me. I really feel like we should have gotten one of our women to host this segment.
Me too.
We talk about Abercrombie thongs. Like, what are some other campaigns where we've seen companies try to sort of over-sexualize the younger teen demographic?
Oh, gee, I think other than Toys R Us, almost every retailer is going for the younger demographic and targeting them. As Heath has said, it's a large market with a lot of spending power, and more retailers are targeting them, whether it's subliminally or through their spokespeople. For instance, if college girls are not nuts about Justin Bieber, and that's who they had on their Victoria's Secret Christmas show, they're targeting tweens because good old Bieber's their favorite guy.
You can put an argument out there like, what about a single mother? What about a single father who doesn't have time to oversee everything that their children are doing? And I hear that and I sympathize with that. But when it comes to parents who have time to write blog posts and have times to sort of call Victoria's Secrets and make campaigns against them, isn't that time that's better spent talking to your children about these campaigns, letting your child ask questions about this, and really explaining to them maybe like the history of cultural marketing and demo shifts, and maybe that would be boring for them, but like explaining feminism to them and explaining where they stand in the world, rather than just being like, that's wrong, you're wrong, this is wrong, and they shouldn't do that. This is capitalism. We can't actually stop capitalism. And we just had Reverend Dolive join us, who I feel like, if he's been listening, can answer this question for me and talk a little bit about this, considering he wrote a letter to Victoria's Secret.
For me, I wrote the letter because I wanted to, get the word out, and I wanted to teach my daughter and tell my daughter 10, 12, 13 years from now that she's not an object, and that I wanted to let her know that the biggest decision that I wanted her to ever make was, should I be a doctor or should I be a lawyer? It is part of the problem of society. I mean, how far has society gone that, Dove had to come out with the Real Beauty campaign? I mean, that should have been a red flag to society that something was amiss. Then we're setting up these standards that are unattainable. And, to target younger and younger demographics just cheapens, girls and cheapens other people, who buy these items. And so for me, I don't want to have my daughter to ever feel like that anything is ever tied to her clothing or her underwear to be accepted or to be liked or anything like that. And so when there are these demographics that are being targeted, I mean, it's something that, for me, as a dad, raised a little red flag. And so that's why I wrote the letter.